Good evening, everybody. This is Wind Down. Today is going to be with Christine, not Terry. And I'm here with Jose Marquez from NorCal Grooming Academy. And we forgot about the wines, so we went and got a little bottles. Mine's a white Zin. And
you got a little cab.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. We're pre-recording this. It's 11:30 on Monday morning, so we're gonna go ahead and
end the week right now.
And yeah, better start the week off right. Oh, you did the whole bottle. Okay, we're doing the whole bottle. Okay, there we go. We are going to kind of move back and forth between interviewing each other. I'm going to ask him some questions about his grooming academy and different things like that. And he's going to be asking me some questions about CPPGA, Cali Groom, probably some personal stuff. So.
Well, we're going to ask the questions.
All right, Jose. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today. You did give me a tour earlier. Your premises is beautiful. It's fabulous. Very clean. I like that.
Tuesdays to Thursdays are our busiest days because we have part-time students that come in as well. So everybody in blue are students, and then it's about half are full-time, and then the other half is part-time. So we're gonna see later. She's so close, so she won't be here after this Thursday. Let me see it. Will he stand up? Don't try the face with that one, and then use that one for the body. Yeah. But this is our prep room where we take in the dogs. We teach them how to do nail trims and the 9 o'clock appointments. They were all here, so there's a big, you can see the mess.
Hey, but, this is pretty clean.
We have our schedules here. Everybody gets to see what's going on in each room. And then we got this custom-made D-shed room. This is the one that I mentioned. Yeah. That usually kind of stays cold. It's not too cold, but it stays cool the whole time.
That's nice.
So we're trying to figure out why this is staying cold all the time, and pretty much the one that teaches everybody here, including myself.
Okay, very cool.
He's the one that's the most experienced in our business, the whole business. Okay. Yeah, we have 4 tubs, plus we added extra tubs on that room, so whenever we have way too many students. And then we got a tub made for old, big senior dogs, or even any big dog that doesn't want to get on a tub. And customers are also, they use these as well. We used to have one break room for everybody, and at one point we couldn't fit, so they took my office and turned it into a break room. So this is the students' break room, so they have coffee maker, everything they need, refrigerator, microwaves, and get their lockers. And so I don't have an office. Well, I never really used it anyways, but this used to be our old.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah. This wall all the way across used to be our grooming room.
Okay.
So we had grooming. At first, we had the grooming room here, and then we had bathing, drying, and then the self-serve was before the restrooms in the first break room.
Okay.
And then the classroom where I showed you, and everything else was open. It was just retail. They sold bird food, everything else, and I didn't even wear a tie.
He looks good. The dog looks good.
But he already got championed out last Woodstock. He got.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can you give us an overview on your personal history in the grooming industry?
I wanted to be a dog trainer, and that wasn't going to work out. The school that I wanted to go to was in Missouri. It was a 4-month-long school, and when they called me that they would take the GI money that I was trying to use to pay at that time, they weren't taking it, and when they were able to take it, they gave me a call. My wife was pregnant, so I couldn't leave her for 4 months. So I was like, I still want to do something in the pet industry, and I wanted to open a retail store. And this specific location where I'm at right now, a friend of mine used to have just retail, and I came to him, and he said, hey, if you want to open a retail store, the only thing I would want to add here is grooming, but I don't because I don't know how to groom. So I said, you know what, I'm going to go learn how to groom. And then there was no schools around here at that time. And I went and I applied at a PetSmart and a Petco because we knew somebody that managed, my wife had some coworkers who knew spouses worked at both. And PetSmart, the guy never got back to me. The Petco one, a friend of mine, he ended up getting me a job there as a bather. And I worked there as a bather for a few months. And I would just see all these groomers making a lot of money, doing 6, 7 dogs a day. And it was commission based. And I was like, oh, there's a lot that could be done with this. How do I get to groom dogs and get to 7 dogs a day? That was basically the only mindset I had when I first got in there. I was like, I need to get to 7 dogs so I can make money and then try to get better. And when my daughter was born, I became a groomer, and I would have the groomers there take more dogs. That was the way I taught myself since there was no school. I would go to the groomers and I'd say, hey, groomer so-and-so and groomer so-and-so, can you take an extra dog? I would bathe it, let me shave him down for you. You just do the finish work.
Oh, okay.
I was like, you do the finish work, let me just practice on the speed, and you get all the commission, all the tips, I'll do all the stuff. I just want to get faster and I want to practice.
Hell yeah.
I was forcing them to take more dogs. I was like, you want to make more money? I'll do all this. All you got to do is just do the feet and the face, and eventually you can teach me with
You
the
could have added
shears.
on as many dogs as you wanted to my schedule, friend.
So that's what I was doing at that time. And I remember I was always on Craigslist, and the salon closed down, and I called them up, and it was by Walnut Creek. Mm-hmm. I bought their equipment, and I installed it in my garage. And I called my cousins, and I said, hey, all you guys, bring me your dogs. And I didn't have a grooming table. Before that, I would use a ping pong table to practice with my dogs. And then I ended up, that place when they closed down, they gave me shampoos that they had, their tub, a little table, and they were, like the cheaper kind, but they did the job, and I knew how to do all the construction parts, so I installed them there, had a little one motor dryer, and I was messing up haircuts on my relatives, but I wasn't charging. And
just kind of off the questions that I originally had. What are your thoughts now, looking back on that, as far as like safety goes and stuff?
Oh, that's where I was going to get back to. That was I wouldn't recommend anybody starting this way. I wouldn't. And the thing was, there was no schools for me to go learn.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of find a way to learn. And then there wasn't many YouTube videos or anything. So when I would go online, I say, hey, how do you groom a dog? And there'll be very few videos, and I just kind of see what there was, and I'll put it into practice. But being in that place where I was working at Petco, the groomers at that time weren't as experienced. I probably wouldn't hire them or myself for any of my shops right now at the level that we were at that time, because we didn't even know how to fluff dry a dog. Everything was cage dried.
Oh, yeah.
They even had those kennels where they had the heat dryer that had the plexiglass doors.
The little ovens.
Yeah, the little microwaves. And that's the best that we knew. And most of our haircuts were 7 all-overs, which are probably the most dangerous blades out there, in my opinion. Incidents that I could have prevented because I didn't have the proper experience or training. I caused some. Same with other groomers, and with the right training, I feel like I could have avoided a lot of those issues. But that was my biggest struggle. So I worked at 3 places. I was working 7 days a week, learning how to groom. I was forcing myself to learn because I needed to learn so that I could hire people and understand this business.
Yeah. And you found the need, and you put it to use with your academy here.
Yeah.
So what kind of things do you like about the industry, and what kind of things would you like to see changed?
I like the challenge from when I started till now. I like challenges. I never did this for the money, because if I wanted to do something for the money, I probably could have taken another route. And I love dogs. I have plenty of dogs myself, and I did it more of, there's a lot of things that have to get fixed in this industry, and from the way that I learned and the way that others are approaching this industry is, it puts too many dogs at risk in some areas. And if I could help the very little that I could help in the areas that I can, and build more people that could help others, is my goal pretty much.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
So going on to tell us more about your school, and your facilities are fabulous. They're very sanitary, very clean. They're very well put together. Obviously you kind of told us what inspired you to start the grooming school. So is there anything else that you can say that inspired you for starting a grooming academy?
Yeah, it goes back to when I started, there was no schools. So I would hire a lot of groomers in other salons that I had, and a lot of them worked in different places, so they already knew everything. So it's really hard to go and tell them, hey, you're doing this wrong, especially if I was doing it for a less amount of time. So I figured, if there's more people that are going to be entering this industry, since there's no schools, I'm going to get myself better to open a school here to help others come in. The business side, I think I figured out in a way. There's still so much more that I have to learn, but In the grooming side, I pushed myself to where I said I met Linda from IPG. She helped me out a lot.
She was our judge at the first Cali Groom.
Yeah, I was in that show.
Yeah.
She's always been her and then Mike from San Diego Grooming Academy. I called them out and I said, hey, I want to open a school. What do you guys? I struggled for years trying to get the school done and the curriculum. And it was a big process, a long, long process, and it cost a lot of money. But there's a huge necessity. And the little that I could do here is we needed a school in Northern California. And I hope more open up eventually to where people have more access versus
it would be nice
having to go learn somewhere where they're not going to focus too much on the areas that I feel myself that are the most important ones, which is safety, sanitation, and not speed.
Yeah.
And styles, those things come afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, it's more of the safety and the handling and the sanitation.
Kind of skips a few of them, but with the IPG stuff, you're one of the only IPG certified schools, correct?
In California?
Yeah.
No, Mike is as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is.
And are there any other in the United States that you know of?
Well, I think she has a few others. I think American Grooming Academy had something to do with IPG. I'm not 100% sure.
Why did you decide to go with IPG program, and what does it mean for your students?
When I first met Linda, I said, hey, Linda, I want to be a certified master groomer. She said, okay. I met her through a phone call because Carla from Earth Bath is my very close friend, and she said, hey, dude, I'm here with Linda from IPG in a trade show in Chicago, or it was somewhere on the East Coast. And she put me on the phone with her, and I was like, oh, Linda, I'm going to fly. So I flew to Oregon to go do all these haircuts.
Oh, wow.
And ever since, she's always been helping me out, and her stuff has always been safety.
Nice.
Safety, and always pets first.
I like that their program has the Zoom options and stuff too.
Yes, you could certify through Zoom.
A lot of good access there.
And she sends books. So her stuff was, how can I get people to certify who are not in a salon? So her books and everything is made so that somebody who doesn't have somebody to learn from, a mentor, they could get it based off of that book. So there's methods that a lot of people don't agree with because they say, hey, you can't use this or that. And it's mainly for newer groomers or groomers that are trying to improve themselves.
Yeah. So what are your goals for your students and the industry in general, but mostly for your students here to are you training them up to work in salons that you build? Are you training them up to work wherever? What are your goals for them?
Anything they want to do. I always ask when they come in, what are your future goals? Whether it's open a business, or they just want to groom somewhere, or if they come from another salon that the owners don't have the time to train them, so they send them to us. So there's groomers that are working with me that worked with me for years that I'm helping them open their salons. Yeah. There's others that have graduated that I've helped them set up in their house or open a salon, which regardless of the route that they want to take, whether I agree or not, I would always tell them straightforward, hey, you probably shouldn't do this, you probably should do this, and if you're going to do it, this is what you should do, because they could do it if they want to without my consent. So if I could at least help them to where I know it's going to be safer for them and for the dogs, then I'd step in. So whatever it is, opening a business, getting a job somewhere. There's been some times where we've had students that go to other salons and we help them. They have a hard time, so we'll take them back to practice a little bit more.
Okay. That's cool.
So, yeah.
And then kind of on the same lines as that, do you have placement programs where you work with other salons? Say I'm looking for a groomer, would I be able to contact you and have you, send out people that are interested in a job, or how does that kind of stuff work?
We get a lot of calls from other salons and we have a list, but most of our students that come in, they already have a job lined up, or sometimes we get salons that call from other cities where we don't have students from that area at that time. So whenever something comes up, we'll call the owners or refer them.
And I know you, when we talked on the tour, you were talking about the program that you had, the full-time versus the part-time. So you offer both. And then what are the general lengths of time that your program runs for a student?
Ideally, I'd like to make my school a year long or longer if I could, because it takes a lot longer to become, a really good experienced groomer. Right now, we were able to do it it's closer to 4 months if you go through all 3 courses. And then once they're done with it, they get about a month internship if they want to stick around and get some more practice. And if they still need more practice, if we have the space and the time, we hire them on for about 2 months max to be able to stick around for at least 5 to 6, 7 months if they can, so that they could get up to speed so that when they go somewhere else.
I mean, that's pretty good program. That's pretty nice. A lot of like I said, my corporate was 4 weeks. And then you have a certain amount of dogs that you shadow your manager or whoever your trainer is, and then you're on your own. Yeah. So, I mean, you're already getting a leg up on these guys for keeping them for that long and really working with them. How do people get enrolled, and what kind of costs are involved with this?
We have tours daily. We have an 11 o'clock or 2 o'clock, and if you go on our website, I'll ask for the information, and I'll give them a link to schedule an appointment automatically, and they come in. We've had people who come from out of state. Nice. So we'll do Zoom calls, and we'll have them fill out the information, and they have to take placement tests. If they've been grooming or bathing, if they want to advance to the groomer one, just skip the bather one, they have to take a practical to make sure that they could bathe, dry, do nails, and do it safely and do it right to advance. So they could email us, they could call us, even social media works. We set up a tour, and each program, I believe, they are around between $3,000 and $4,000 per program. But that includes all the tools, everything they need, the smocks.
I've actually referred a lot of people to you. Like, we get people all the time that come into the salons. Oh, I want to learn how to groom. I don't have time to teach you from the bottom up. Like, so, you get some people that have a little bit of experience. I can work with that. But I don't have time to teach somebody from scratch. And so I always tell them, look into the grooming schools. There's one in San Jose, this and that. I don't know how many of them actually did, but if they're really interested in, learning and the place they want to work or whatever, nobody has time to teach them, their best option is to go to school. Even if we do have time to teach them, get the leg up, go to the school, get the education, get the base in. Yeah. So you can go in starting a little higher, you got your hands on dogs already, you don't have to be watched every 10 seconds for something, So I think it's a pretty good idea.
One of the biggest things, like how you mentioned the time thing, if somebody could find somebody who would take the time to teach him, who is experienced like yourself, if somebody came to you that's new, I'd say go to you versus me because of your experience, and it's just a one-on-one and that person. But most salons don't have that time, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
And people will have to wait years before they could even become what they want to become. And then most owners or people who are running the salons, they have also the fear of, hey, if I train them, they're going to go and do it and create my own competition too.
I try not to look at it that way. Life changes for everyone at any moment. So even if I'm working with somebody and I'm teaching them this stuff and then, they need to move on or go do something else, I don't have hard feelings about that. I know a lot of people get bent out of shape, but what? Life changes and situations change and tough luck, and it's not their problem that they had to leave. That's mine, and so I'm not going to take that out on them. I've had a couple of employees over the years that they needed to move on and do bigger and better things for themselves. More power to them, And I have a young lady right now that's working for me that she barely started grooming, and I can work with that. I can work with you already knowing how to use your tools. You already know how to do this stuff. I don't have to sit there and baby you. But I can finesse you and I can teach you the things, I can work with that. But for someone walking in off the street, starting out, wants to be a groomer, or they want to start their own business or something like that, heck, the school is a great idea. And teaching the safety and sanitation is super important. Do you encourage your students to attend trade shows and continue their education even after their experience with you?
100%. All of them, I tell them they have to, especially my staff too. As soon as I knew there was trade shows, we were at every trade show ever since 2018.
Nice.
And students too. We have some that are going to this the Pasadena show in a couple weeks.
Very good.
And you're gonna meet up with them one night. We have dinner with them, and then we have a show coming up soon. Whenever there's CPR certifications too, they come out and certify as well.
Nice. Yeah. So I hope everybody that's going from your shop's gonna stop by our booth and say hi. Go to the CPPGA meeting. We have an auction, too, on Sunday night. Just throwing a little blurb in there. The auction on Sunday night is going to be fabulous. It's fabulous every year. You get a really good deal on products, supplies, whatever you need, and it's fun. So the auction is Sunday night. The meeting is Friday night. That one's sponsored by Ryan's, so they're going to have drinks. We go in, we do our little general meeting for the CPPGA, and then Ryan's has a little questionnaire for people to fill out, and then they give you tickets for free drinks, and it's a little networking. They have snacks and stuff. It's really actually a fun time.
I've always gotten down there, and Terry and Judy are always there hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah, Terry will be there. Judy will be there. Judy's going to be working groom team booth, I think. So I think I'm pretty sure we're right next to each other. I will be unable to make it this year, but when you go down, tell everybody I said hi.
Christine sent us.
Yes, yeah. I'm telling them you're going to stop by. So.
Oh, they see me every day. Yeah.
Do you have groomers and employees and students that do the competitions? Were any of yours in the Cali Groom or doing Pasadena or anything?
Not this year. This year and last year, we had a lot going on with the constructions, so I didn't focus too much on that. We did show some of our dogs, so we did the show route instead of the competition route. We have, which last night, actually yesterday, there was IPG certifications, and Margie from one of our salons, she finished her master's, so she's certified master groomer as of yesterday. She was my very first competitor in 2019, Pasadena. I remember I reached out to her. She had two Kerry Blues.
Yeah.
And it was her and Mr. I said, hey, Margie, we're going to go to these competitions. Do you want to compete? She was like, sure, why not?
Nice.
And she's very close friends with Juan.
Cool.
Yeah, so they're always...
we have Cali Groom South coming up. It's October. It's going to be October 12th. And it's going to be in the City of Industry at the WAGS warehouse. Yeah. Should send somebody down to compete. And then obviously we have our central location in the spring. So I think that one will be June 7th is what the date falls on for
I'll see if she wants to do it.
So, yeah, send them out. Have them do this.
We'll send a couple.
Do you work with any of the local high schools to get kids interested in grooming as like a vocational career?
We work with a program with the county that has students who've had a hard upbringing. I think that's what it is. And they'll send them out to work with us, and sometimes they apply to come do, to learn.
Very
so
cool.
We've done that. But with high schools, as right now, we haven't worked with them directly.
I know there's a high school in my town, in Manteca, where I live, that she has set up a full grooming room. It's an ag class that she's going to be teaching. She doesn't necessarily have grooming experience, but one of my friends, she also owns a salon. Her kid goes to the school and stuff, and so she's been helping them get it all set up and stuff. And it'd be really good for you guys to reach out to high schools, and if they wanted to offer, because a lot of people are like, oh, go to college. But okay, college is not necessarily for everyone.
Yeah.
And I went to college, I went back to grooming,
yeah.
So reaching out to them and giving these kids a vocation that they can look forward to and be able to do it. Maybe that's something else you could look into, checking into, and
that'd be cool.
Send in your students. Maybe you're like almost ready to graduate ones down for a class for the high school students or something. I don't know, throwing out ideas there.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
Idea. So do you offer CPR first aid programs in the academy so that your students are equipped with the safety and all that, the certification program?
In the course that we have, IPG, they have a small section where they cover first aid, but our students, every time we have a CPR certification here, we reach out to them to come and get it, which they're good for 2 years. We've done them through Pet Tech before. I know Debbie used to come out here and do them.
Nice.
And also with IPG, Linda and Jim,
Nice.
They would come out and do them, and Mike. So we were actually, a couple months ago, we were supposed to do one this month, but there was something that came up with IPG. They weren't able to make it. So we're trying to schedule the next one, and I know that Debbie mentioned too, so I'm trying to squeeze.
I'm an instructor also.
You too?
Yeah.
For
Pet Tech.
Pet Tech? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Just
the more the
if you
better,
need
because
extra people.
it's hard to fit in a lot of people in the area. So we need multiple a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good to know. We might have to schedule one soon.
Yeah.
I know.
I know people's dates don't always work out too. So
yeah, we always have a need.
The CPPGA actually has a few certified instructors on our team. So if you ever need people, you could always reach out to the CPPGA. Paula is our education chair. She's down south, but she does CPR classes. Deb and Judy, I think, are getting back into teaching the CPR classes. So there's a few of us that do that if you ever can't work out dates and need some extra stuff. We'd really love to see all the students leave with their certifications on that. So, and then I have other friends that teach it too. I know another lady up here, Mary, she teaches through Pet Tech also. So if none of us are available, I mean, there's always other options. So.
Okay. That's good to know. I think we have to get it in schedule to where we could do about 2 to 3 a year so that we don't graduate in groups, so that every quarter or so their students could have the option to come up whenever they get a chance.
Yeah, let us
It's
know how we can help you do that. So I know you're working on some other new salons. I know that you have your teaching, and that makes a huge difference in the industry. But how else are you wanting to make a difference in the industry?
There's a lot of ways. Like if I want to learn how to do a certain breed that I've never done, I could find that within minutes. There's a lot of platforms, but a lot of people don't have access to handling videos or issues. Like if they have a complicated dog, if I work in a mobile and I'm a new groomer, where am I going to go learn how to? I got bit by a dog for I don't know why, whatever reason it was, but I did another Chihuahua the day before, or another Corgi, or whatever it was, and so handling is a big thing. If I could help with that, not every dog is the same. There's no just one way of doing something.
Yep.
So if I could teach groomers how to think a little bit more when it comes down to these things and observe.
Even a dog that's good forever might have a bad day. They're just like us. They have their good days, their bad days. They pick their people. Like, yeah, for sure.
Like a person. And when it comes down to business too is another, I've been approached many times for salons that have been for sale for people who are ready to retire, and their salons are not worth what they should be worth. And I wish I could give what they want, but it'd be cheaper for me, 5 times cheaper to go open one across the street.
Yeah.
And
or
that's
just
something.
Wait for them to close or something.
Yeah, and that's something that I'm trying to help students or anybody that comes out, like to at least help very little with that. But when it comes down to business, I'd say become a groomer for a longer time, and then decide, because grooming is one thing, and then once you're grooming and then you open a business and you have staff, now you have to learn something completely different.
It's a whole other ball game.
Yes, it's not the same as you could own your own business and be your own groomer, and then you could have groomers that come up, and that's different versus if you're trying to actually have a business, you can't be there and be the groomer and be the one that's doing everything. And in this case, like I'm always trying to find ways to get out of my business so that others could run it, so that I could help them.
Yeah.
And but that's one of the things that I try to help others.
Do you offer the business side with your academy, or is it just the grooming?
Yeah, I offer consulting. I've helped others with that, and same with the salons that I used to own before I sold them to managers. I used to manage them. I didn't work there for a very long time, so I sold the salons to them because they were running them. So I was like, hey, let me just make something out of it. Yeah. And now they have their own businesses, so I could get that practice to see how, and then help them grow. Nice. And yeah, that's fabulous. It's always.
So your involvement with the CPPGA has been much appreciated. He is responsible for having all of the T-shirts that we're going to have at the Pasadena show, the ones that we also had at Cali Groom. You're working on helping us with our online store, with other products as well, hopefully. What other kind of products do you make? I know you have grooming bags. You showed me that fabulous grooming bag. The embroidery. The shirts are very comfortable and well made. Tell us more about the things you do kind of alongside the grooming industry product-wise.
Well, the shirts, Adrian, he's the one that handles like the uniforms. Like he does his own business with this, and he got the shirts done. He works with us, and he has everything that's needed for that. The embroidery stuff, same with decals that might be needed. We also have...
We're going to need more of the board member shirts, too.
Yeah. It comes down to uniforms. We can handle all that with the smocks with their logos if needed to.
Oh, very cool.
And
so if we needed, my salon needed smocks with my logo on it, we could get a hold of you guys and you can make that up for us.
And as long as you guys have your logos, and then we can modify for if it's for embroidery or if it's
like the heat press or whatever. Very cool. I've also seen your social media where you do a lot of like the construction stuff. You're building out salons. Construction was something you already had experience with prior to getting involved with grooming?
Kind of. Yeah.
Kind of. Now, are you building all of these things for yourself, or are you building them for other people?
I'm building them for others. So Tina, that's here today, she's been with us since she moved here from Santa Barbara to go to school. She wanted to open her business, and I said, hey, come here, I'll teach you as much as we can with grooming her and her husband. And he did grooming, he got bit one day, and he had a hard time growing that nail back out, grow out. It was in a fun incident. It happened to be a Shih Tzu, and he said, "I don't want to do this." So he went to China, because he went to China. He learned how to sharpen shears. He started his own brand of shears, which we have here, and so he's the one that sharpens all of our shears now. And he has his own brand. So I'm helping them open their business.
I'll have to check out those shears after we.
Yeah, they're really cool. And the cool thing about it is when he does them, the first sharpening is on him.
Oh, okay.
So that's what, and he's still he's just starting off, so he's trying to get a good reputation. But they're a very cool couple.
That's nice.
So
yeah, that's super cool. His whole grooming's not for me.
Stephanie's out today, and she's never out, but she's opening a shop in Gilroy too. So we're opening it for her.
Nice. You're a Marine Corps veteran, right?
Yes.
You can tell us as little or as much as you'd like about that.
Oh man, well, there ain't much of the stories. Like, I'm sure George might have some cooler stories, but no, I joined maybe 6 months out of high school. My best friends had one Air Force, the other one Marine Corps, and I was like, man, you guys are idiots. The war just started. What are you guys thinking? I'm just gonna sit out here and cruise. And I wasn't planning on going to college, so one day I got a call from a recruiter. And I said, let me just go see what they got to say, and signed up 2 weeks later. And this was back in 2003.
Yeah, I think you were in around the same time as my husband.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I know we talked a little bit about that. And, you know, my husband being a veteran too, we always love to make a shout out to our veterans. You know, you guys,
appreciate it.
You guys are veteran-owned businesses too. That's a huge accomplishment. Thank you very much for your service.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. So.
What did he serve? He around the same time as me?
Yeah, I think he was. Gosh, I have to double check with him on the actual
he did 4
dates,
years,
but he did 4 years in the Marine Corps. He served over in Iraq.
Nice.
He was mostly Iraq and then 29 Palms. So
he was in 29 Palms?
Yeah, he had desert both directions. He got so jacked.
Yeah. I remember I had to go there 1 week. I would go to Yuma. I was stationed in Miramar, so it was Top Gun was filmed in Miramar, but that it used to be a Navy base, and then became a Marine Corps base. So I had it easy. I had Tijuana right down the street in LA, but I would go to Yuma frequently to do trainings, and then one time they sent me to 29 Palms. I was like, geez.
Yeah.
Like 7 a.m, it's like 100 degrees. I was like, oh my God.
They had snow one year.
Yeah.
They like here's their fence. The snow came to right there. It didn't even come into the hell of 29 Palms. Like,
oh man. Yeah, the Marine Corps stuff. I got very lucky throughout the tour the 4 years that I did. So a lot of my friends, you know, they didn't get as lucky as I did. But
yeah.
At the end of the day, I think that helped me a lot with the things that we do too. So everything that I do here, I think it has a lot to do with the mindset that I got from the Marine Corps, and for sure it helps.
Yeah, it changes you.
Yeah,
it makes you a different person. So the only other thing that I really had for my questions for you was that if we had a teacher available to tell us about their experience, how they became the teacher in your grooming. A grooming academy, and then if there was any students that you wanted to ask them about their opinions on the academy and what kind of process it's been for them so far. So,
yep.
I'm Christine.
Hi,
from
Ryan.
The California
Nice to meet you.
Professional Pet Groomers Association. I just wanted to ask you today, what made you decide to become a pet groomer, and why you decided with the academy, and what your experience has been so far?
For me, it was, I've done like a few dogs here and there on my own, but didn't really realize until I looked up the courses here. I looked up online and this popped up, and I was like, I don't want to do videos and just follow along, and you have to have your own dog, and a lot of it's just online, and I was looking for something in person. So this place popped up, and I didn't realize how much I didn't know until I came here.
Okay.
So it's been a great experience for me. I feel like it's really setting me up for success. I know the grooming industry is, especially mobile, what I want to get into, is growing really fast right now. So hopefully I can get my paws in there.
Awesome.
Well, that's growing.
Yeah. So mobile grooming, huh?
Mobile
That's
grooming,
fun.
yeah.
And did you already have like a semi-pet grooming thing before you came to school?
Yeah, just word of mouth, friends and stuff. I have like double-coated mostly dogs that I do.
It's really amazing to find out like all the new stuff too.
Yeah,
and
the
have your hands
haircuts
on and
is a whole
everything.
different,
Yeah,
whole different ballgame.
Yes. And have you had pretty good experiences here so far with everything?
Yeah, it's very consistent and thorough. I will like very thorough. Just the way they explain things, and they really go off of each individual person and how they best learn. So they always like Tina and the other instructors always ask you like, are you better if you know do 1C1 or are you better if you just watch and then do it yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Or I'll do half of the face, you do the other half. So they're always really open to adapting to your learning style, which
Everybody
I really like.
Everybody learns different.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it was nice to meet
Hi,
you.
baby. Hi, I'm Christine.
I'm Gabby.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
So what inspired you to become an instructor, and what have your experiences been with the NorCal Grooming Academy? Are there any prerequisites or anything like that?
But you do get like a want to help other people to learn. I wouldn't necessarily inspire though. Like you want people to have the best interest in the dogs and in their career to keep going on.
Yeah.
I feel like because I've been working 5 years, you see a lot of groomers who are not educated in how to handle certain situations.
Yeah.
And I've seen groomers that have been grooming for 10, 15 years and they never changed their way of learning.
That's
so
very
then their
true.
habits become sometimes not the best interest for the dogs or owners or clients want.
And it's harder to break an old habit, a bad habit.
So when you see that,
than to form good ones in the first place.
So when you see that, it makes it easier to teach somebody who's like starting fresh to learn all the good things that could come with grooming.
That's fabulous. And you're certified through IPG, right?
Yeah, I have right now. I have my all the way up to my APG. I'm working on my master groomer.
Very cool. Well, good luck with that and congratulations.
Thank you.
It was very nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Do you love working here?
I do.
Yeah?
It's chaos some days. It's dogs, you never know what to expect, but
Right.
it's and then the people. It's like a nice combination.
Very cool. That's awesome. Thank you so much for meeting with me today. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to meet with us and show everyone on there. Is there a good contact for people that we can throw out again for them if they want to look into your school or recommend your school to people coming into the salons or anything like that?
You could find us in any of the social media platforms. It's just NorCal Grooming Academy. Or you could send us an email at info@norcalgroomingacademy.com. And usually our phone number is actually, for the school, is 408-515-7568. You guys could call or text as well. Usually Lucy, Marissa, or myself we're pretty active with that. And social media, myself and Adrian.
Perfect. Yeah, and if you guys need to contact the CPPGA, obviously you're on our social media platform right now. You could always send us a message. You could go to our website, California Professional Pet Groomers Association.org, and reach out to us. And if you have questions or anything, we'd be happy to pass them along to Jose and maybe get some answers for you. And I hope everybody enjoyed their wind down Wednesday, even though it's a Monday afternoon for us right now. Yeah, thanks Terry for making me drink wine at 11:30 on a Monday morning.
Terry. We love you.
Cheers.
Thank you.